So what's going on, everybody? We're actually back on the road, heading over to Chris's house. Carlos has his car in a lift. We're going to be doing an oil change, changing the brake pads, rotors, air filter, just a routine maintenance. It's just much easier using a lift than having to crawl under the car for an oil and then crawling underneath the car. I'm crawling beside it with the brake pads and whatnot. Carlos already started without me, and Chris is on the way from his work, actually. He worked late today. I think he started like at 6 or something like that, but he worked past his time he was supposed to work till, but all in all, we're all going to meet up there and help him work on the car. I'm also going to check on Chris too and see what he's been up to with the Ford. I know it's been like 2 weeks since I was there last time, and he was painting the wheels white. What other things he's been working on with the truck, and give us an update on what's next on it too. If we have enough time, we'll do a sit down with everybody, sort of like a little mini podcast in his garage. Be much easier than going to the studio, because the studio is on the other side of town, so it's not going to be convenient going there and going back to the studio and doing a podcast. But we'll still do a little bit of Q&A of, I got a few things to talk to them about, and we'll try to get some good footage on that. And I've got a concealed bracket to fix from work that's in the back of my truck. What happened was that a lift hit my concealed metal bracket that was in the wall, and it bent it in half and broke the welds. So we're gonna get Chris to put it back into the right shape and get it back to the right squareness and re-weld it again and save us from buying a brand new bracket, because those brackets aren't cheap. We'll see what else we got in store over there as well. Got about an hour drive till I get there. I'm on the turnpike, and if anybody knows about the turnpike, it's about 4 lanes wide, and everybody just hits it doing like 120. I think everybody hits it doing at least 100, and I'm doing a reasonable speed limit, but it is really dangerous on highways. You guys got to watch out for people who are just driving maniacally around. I don't think that's a word. People driving like assholes pretty much around you, and you try to switch lanes and they're just swerving around you. Just got to be careful on the highways. I mean, I don't mind driving fast, but when you're doing like 110, 120 on these highways with people around you, it's pretty dangerous. But it is what it is. We'll just keep on going, and I'll check back in with you guys when I get there. Talk to you guys later.
It's bug spray, dude. I was like, bro, I'm about to go on fire.
I thought you had a lighter.
I'm about to live right now.
Close, what are you working on?
Working on putting this damn work on. I just realized I'm doing it backwards.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter on this one, it's more about where this thing is. Yeah, she's like...
There's a left and right.
There's a left and right.
Yeah.
Left and right.
That's what happened to me. I put it on backwards on my truck, and it came to bite me in the ass.
At least we caught it. Trying to force it on there.
Yeah, forcing it's not good.
It goes around too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool having that pull down. And one right here too. Pretty cool having it. Air thing hooked up there. He's the owner and foreman. You're saying Crocs are shop approved, right?
The Crocs are shop approved, right? What shop?
No, his feet, his Crocs. He said they're shop approved at Nichols Welding, right? I think Barefoot shop approved too. I see you knocked on a few curbs with this tire.
I actually bought it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't actually filled this at all.
I think it'll be fine. I mean, it's showing.
I want to get new rims and stuff like that, but I don't even know if I'm going to hold on to this stuff.
Yeah, you still got some tread left on it. Got about another year or so on it.
Trying to figure out, I might be looking at a video or something.
Yeah, an upgrade, yeah.
So I really want to get another BMW.
That'd be nice. Well, what series Beamer would you get?
The 340.
That's a twin turbo V6 or V8?
It's the inline 6. It's the B58 motor that comes in the Supra
Oh, okay.
with the single twin screw turbo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're super easy to mod. Just put a tune on it and you can be pushing out like 650 like and it'll handle it no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that though.
Yeah, it's just for style right now.
Right, like I mean, I just want it for fun. I mean,
To get up and go on the
yeah,
highway.
exactly. It comes stock with about 380 something,
Okay.
which is more than enough.
Oh, yeah. That's plenty.
Yeah, exactly. So I just want to stick with that. Now I just gotta see how much I'm gonna drop on it.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive. But I mean, it'll look nice.
We're just trying to figure out what we're doing first. If we're getting the house or if we're.
Yeah. One thing at a time.
Exactly.
What are you yelling at?
We're missing something here. There's a whole part missing.
Wrong bolt?
No, we took off the wrong part.
Oh, okay. Three of us in here. No hood, but it's okay.
AC. That's not 55 mile an hour AC.
Windshield wipers work too?
I would need some new blades, but
Probably. It's all good.
I feel like if we would have, pulled up in a Toyota Corolla. Feel the dial a little bit, just then. Did you feel the shock or you weren't paying attention?
No.
It died a little bit. I think it's about a fair amount of gas. Might have to hitchhike, grab Chris's truck, pull this bitch back. Don't do it. This thing can't stop back here, brother. Not only is this truck old, it's got no hood. No airbags.
No seatbelts.
We're screwed. Kiss your ass goodbye.
If he dies, he dies.
If we hit anything, I'm going flying.
Round two.
Me too.
Me and you both for the second time in my life, I'm gonna go flying through a car.
The way you feel takes more than carry on.
Get it so it's flush, and then you like roll the window. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Here.
Ooh, technique!
Technique!
That's all it is.
Technique!
On the fucking technique!
So like you put the bottom one in, kind of like the bottom half of it, kind of like on the caliper and roll it. Technique!
That's all it is.
Oh yeah. So much easier.
Bro, wow.
I bet you anything the front ones are just like that.
Son of a bitch!
How did that bend for?
Yeah, you saw that, right?
Why'd it bend?
Because the post went past on that one. Didn't get past.
It's odd.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Yeah. I just didn't want it to snap, so.
I always hit that.
I
Find
just
that.
realized that's an oil relocation.
Well, there's the oil filter right there, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's a relocation kit.
Where's the? Oh, so your bolt's right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty convenient, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
What's he bringing out?
The whole motor.
Drop the tranny. Yep.
I say we just go grab a engine and transmission from there.
The dealership right down the street. You go down the street to that dealership and get a motor from that car.
Well, the GTO is one of the only. Nice.
Look at that ditch.
Blue, go check that ditch over there. Gonna make it work. I am so massive.
It is so massive.
Oh, that's my head.
Watch your head, Chris.
You know, I don't feel that tall, but today I feel tall.
Until you hit something.
Yeah, and I hit my head on that A-arm. You tightening or loosening it?
You got the biggest motherfucker to tighten it on there.
Red locked up.
Get that picture of the impact. I'll show you not to do. Motherfucker. Try it. Lord.
Finally. I mean, we're up here. We can take the cats
Fuck
off.
you, fuck you. I mean, I was thinking about it, just, deleting the cats real quick.
Yeah. I mean, check engine light would turn on, but it'd be okay.
Fucking ratchet. The big one?
Yeah. No. The fucking.
Yeah. I feel like everything on this car, you loosen it up a little bit, but you still gotta use a ratchet.
Yeah, this is splash zone for real.
Oh, that was perfect. That shit, just like my nut.
Just throw the bolt in the bucket, don't worry.
It's right here.
Do you have a new washer for it? You can keep the old one.
I think it's just like, oh, check it. And black, bro.
Black as shit.
Maybe.
I mean, almost 40,000 miles without a change.
Long overdue.
What time is this from?
Alright, now check on that and do or something.
I have,
Oh, Dr. Pepper sounds good. You want one, Carlos?
yeah, I'll take
Okay.
it. Where's the valve?
Clear.
Try to make sure torque the wheels.
It's the last thing to do.
Very nice, very nice.
And then utilize.
Right here, you think?
And then you just try to get it as close to that as possible, really. Just make sure, like, you're doing a good job, but just make sure you're holding on to that thing, dude. It'll fly out of your hand, so just make sure you're gripping the bitch. Oh, well, it's gonna break anyway.
No, you're good.
Control.
Maybe just spin it with your hand. You got that one.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, you gotta kind of like fucking.
Alright, what do you think?
Alright, so then we get the piece back. Where are we gonna weld it at? It's a question, right? So right here.
Make sure it's just right at the right angle.
So right here, come over here. That's all powder coated. That needs to go away.
Okay.
Because you ain't gonna be able to weld that. You need to grind this more to get it more flat, or get the powder coat off. Then this is good. Maybe a little bit more here. The back side of this,
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna have to weld that.
Okay.
So the back side of that. So anything that you're gonna weld, that needs to be just bare metal.
Yeah, this is a bracket for my job site, so it was attached to the stud on the wall, and then a lift hit it and broke the welds off it. So we're trying to repair it right now.
Shitty roads.
Yeah, it was only welded on one side, but we're gonna try and.
Oh, this thing is crazy.
Might be like the pipe bar itself.
Pushing into that.
Alright, y'all, so we're back in my studio. It's about 10:30 at night. We originally were supposed to be done at an earlier time, but things didn't go the way we planned it. The first thing that happened was we needed a C-clamp so that we could repress those pistons back for his brakes. So we had to take Chris's truck and went to Lenny's Hardware down the street from his house, and we got the C-clamp and we pressed the brake pads back, but when we got to the rear brake pads, Carlos ordered the wrong brake pads for the wrong model. So we had to go back to AutoZone and return those parts and get the new brake pads. So we came back, got the brake pads put on, and everything was pretty much copaceting. Had a little bit of issue with installing them. There's a special way that you have to put the clips in and a special way you have to put the calipers in order to get it right. So we got that done. After we got Carlos's brakes pads done, we lifted it up and got the oil change done. It was pretty easy. Just had to take a few little bolts out for the skid plate, take the skid plate out, and the filter and the oil screw was right there, which is pretty easy to do. Once we got the oil change done, we lowered the car back down and did all of our finish. We fastened down all the wheels, make sure everything's good. So after Carlos's car, I brought in the bracket I needed to get fixed from my work. It's a concealed metal bracket, and basically what happened was the welds broke off, and I had to regrind it, take the paint off, and re-weld it back together. So I had to first grind off all the powder coat paint, because if you don't, the weld will pretty much burn right through the metal with the powder coat on it. So I had to cut the bracket in half and then grind off all the welds that were on there. The weld that broke in half had the weld on there, and I basically had to grind it down for a long period of time in order to get it out. And then once I grinded everything, all the paint was taken off. We realigned the bracket back together and made sure it was square and level. It was a little bit of a leveling issue because when you weld, it pulls one side too much. If you weld one side, it pulls too much. If you weld too much on the other side, it pulls too much. So we had to do like a balancing act to get it square, and we got everything set properly. It was a big test for Chris because a lot of his clients are going to bring in things like that, and he's going to have to figure out a way to get it fixed, and obviously the right way, which he did. Took more than what we expected, but it was better to do it right than kind of half-ass it, even though no one's going to see it's going to go behind a wall. But all in all, we got that done, packed everything up, and I head out around like 9-ish. I just got back home. It's about 10:30. It's a good little drive, a good little night drive from the highway, but we still got a lot of things to set up for the podcast. We're trying to plan the next podcast test phase. Not really test phase. We're going to really do an actual podcast and set it up with our cameras and the topics that we're going to talk about. So I'd say the experience of driving Chris's grandpa's truck to the hardware store was pretty fun. Having all three of us in the truck, just going to the hardware store. Everyone was looking at us all funny because there's no hood on the truck, there's no topper, but we still made it to the hardware store in one piece and didn't run out of gas, even though there was no fuel gauge. You'll see the footage when I put it up later, but that was a fun experience going to the hardware store with that. And I will say, having the lift at Chris's place and having all the workbench and the equipment made the job 10 times easier. I think if we just did it out of a garage with a jack, it's going to be 10 times harder just having to do one wheel at a time. We just lift everything and took all 4 wheels and tires off of it and just made it easier job. It's just so much easier when you have the right tools and things go so much smoother. When things don't go smooth, it's kind of a hard because you have to go to the store, come back, go to the store, come back. But it's all a learning process. I'm glad we got everything done with Carlos's car, and we're glad to be there and spend time with Chris and Carlos. I know it's been a while since we've got together and done like a work on a vehicle. Last time we got together was July 4th, but that was more of just a celebration with families. But all in all, it was a good day. I'm gonna head out of here and get some rest. I got a gym in the morning. So yeah, appreciate you guys staying for the whole video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe for more content. If you have any opinions or you have any advice or anything you want to say, just put in the comments down below, and we're gonna keep going. And this is going so good so far. But I've been appreciating everybody who's been supporting us throughout the year, from the start of January till now, almost August. It's the end of July. Pretty crazy. It's been a pretty fast 7 months getting everything done, but we're getting everything all lined up for the podcast, and so far so good. But I appreciate you guys watching, and hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna head out of here.